clicked every single block with the fucking welder.
Okay.
Oh my bro. It's
Chop.
so weird because it can mess up lines so badly.
Like, Massive Mess is the longest I've ever spent on a track because all of the obsidian around the outside was placed by hand. The-
Wow.
Alright,
Oh, I literally made Spring Summit in
someone,
like 10
can
minutes
someone
with
check my-
Axiom.
Yeah, because you, 'cause you bought the flowers.
Wait! Can you check my
Yeah.
can you check my channel if the stream's up?
Yeah, after this one round. Oh, actually, I'm supposed to load quality.
The
Second round, fill
Hey.
heats, sorted.
Wait, I'm not in the
Fine.
thing. Slash trade says, oh, I'm in. What? When did I sign up? Daffuk? I'm not gonna hit the
Sign
skip.
me out. Sign me out. Sign me out.
You
Oh, never
have
mind.
to
I
sign
just
yourself,
left
bro.
race. Okay. What is it? Slash event spectate. Oh no, I can just click spectate. Let's go.
Ah!
How do you do this game?
2-8.
Wait, 2-8. You should do reverse grid.
Yeah, someone check Blank's fucking stream. Oink.
Alright. Let me
Oink.
check. Hold
Is it
on.
on
Don't
the-
start.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
like
scuffed
midnight.
stream of FC2. Oh, emergency stream for. Alright, yeah, we're cooking. There we
Is it
go.
working? Is it good?
Alright, yeah. Heat, ready, check, open. There we go. Everyone.
2-8. Do you want to do a reverse grid?
Should I go to?
No, we're not doing
I
that. We're
should
not
probably go
that
to like a
cooked.
commentary thingy.
I'm racing, bro. Don't even worry about it. Do whatever you want. No one cares. Life network's offline. Sandoris isn't ready. Doc. Heat start. Oh.
Why do we
5
do a ready
seconds.
check if
Good
we don't care
luck.
if people are ready?
It's
So does Sokus on, bro. Wait for him.
part of the fucking atmosphere, man.
Yeah, here we
Wait
go.
for. Oh, how is?
Oh my
See you
fucking
guys.
god.
Just pause it for him.
Okie dokie. Well, I don't know where to start here. Well, qualifying just started. 32 Gilo is going to be starting his very first lap here in qualifying, followed by 2-8 32 Nova. The French team setting really good times here in the leaderboard, and we got a heat reset already. What is going on? Everyone's just being sent out, and we're back in our grids. Another heat reset. What in the world is Midnight doing? I'm just gonna join streaming GC. Why not? Okay, we got a countdown here. For qualifying 30 Gilo, they're all gonna be released one at a time. Okay, man, who set this up? I'm not even the host for this. Lock in, bruh. What's up, Hockey? It's Unked. And there we go. Everyone's released at once except for Sandors and CT Cuber, who fell asleep on the start. Crossing the finish line, the start-finish line, going down to turn 1. And as I said, there's been lots of good times set by the French drivers here. 32 Gilo, 32 Nova, both in the top 3 in the leaderboard. However, Mafioso, we have a bunch of people going for the skip. 2818 successfully takes it. And now he's going to be flying away from the rest of the pack here in this this qualifying heat. There you go. This is honeycomb mirrored track that 28 made. Of course, he's going to be good at it. And here we got a wall tap, a double wall tap in this hairpin. Next hairpin 28 is keeping a blazing pace over everyone after hitting the skip, and I'm gonna see. He's gonna send it. He's gonna send the block stop here. Let's see how he does. Oh, he goes slightly wide. Third to Gilo takes it slightly better. Mafiosa side by side with Gilo. But what is 2H's time at the moment? It's gonna be a 57-3. It's already hard to beat. I'm gonna have to check the leaderboard times. That is just a second behind the server record here. But obviously, there's about 3.5 minutes to go in this qualifying heat. Anything can happen. 2H sends it again, but he misses. So did Mafiosa. Gilo is up on his time though. He's not up enough to beat Gilo. I mean, not Gilo. 2818. He didn't send the skip in the very first lap, but he still remains in second place. Followed by Mafiosa, Bashiwashi, Sandoris, who are still far behind. With Demon Addict over a half a second slower than Sandoris already. Lots of people struggling here in this very first lap, and see if anyone is improving a lot. JH is on improvement. WIBRS is on a half-second improvement, as he is still down in P12. Mafiosa is not on a good time. However, Gilo is improving slightly. I don't think he'll improve enough. Oh, that is very close. One tick for Gilo to improve to get past 2818 in this next lap. So Mafiosa is going to be next to start his lap. Gilo is already down at his time. I wonder if anyone's going to send the skip here. Is Gilo going to send it? He will go for it, and he makes it. What a big improvement for Gilo, as he's up 8 tenths. He only needs a 10th to beat 2-8. How about 8? So there's Gilo a whole second up on his own time. Just taking the second sector very cleanly. He's even improving from his time that he just got right behind 2-8. He's gonna absolutely smash this pole position time, and going on the final windmill into the last hairpin. He's lost a bit of time, but I don't think he'll lose enough to lose pole position here. Sending it down the straight into the last corner, and he sets a new fastest time, only 2 tenths behind the world record. Mafiosa gets really close as well, beating 2818's time as well. So now the top 3 has remained the same ever since the first lap has been completed. Martin moves up to 4th place, with French Greg right behind him. 32 Nova. The French, I guess the French have been practicing a lot. They're on fire this qualifying heat. And I don't know if anyone else is going to send a skip. Mafiosa just missed it. So did 2-8. Enters Nova. This is a very tricky skip. Demonag tried getting it, but he bumps into the water over here. So did Soda Soaker. And these top times, the top 3, are a whole second ahead of Martinitas XD. So now with about a minute to go in qualifying, these guys probably have about another lap to do after this one. It will be their last chance to either send the skip or send whatever line they can take. And we're gonna see CT Cuber complete his very first lap. He's tied with Martinitas only. CT Cuber joining in this qualifying heat late, 2 seconds behind Gilo's time. Here we go, 2818 and 32 Gilo, 2 of the fastest drivers in the league, fighting for the championship. 28 goes for the wall tap. Gilo doesn't. Here we go for the skip, and it seems like Gilo gets it once again. Gilo is on fire with this skip. He will be keeping pole position, even higher chance for him to keep pole position, and just took a micro block stop there. He did lose a tiny bit of time though. He's pushing all he can here for this 1 lap pace. Gilo, the Frenchman, just sending it everywhere. He just doesn't really care. Lapis Lettuce just jumped up to P4. I missed that earlier, and it seems like Gilo's on for an improvement again. As long as he sticks to block stop, that is a good block stop for Gilo. He might even improve by a 10th. Oh, but he just misses out. He lost a bit of time on the straight. 2818 is not an improvement, and neither is CT Cuber Ally Galaxy. Let's see if anyone else is improving. No one seems to be improving. Soda Soaker is 2 seconds up. Here we go. Laser, Bashiwashi, just slightly up on their time. Seems like Soda Soaker is going to improve all the way up to 9th place. still behind his two teammates. He probably went for a skip every lap, but missed most of the time. So it's a very dominant pole position here for 32 Gilo to take the lead of the race at the very first lap, ahead of Mafiosa by 0.65, using the skip to his advantage. Seems like Mafiosa is still setting a time, but it's 46 seconds slower, so it's definitely barrel out of it. Okay, well there's your results. We got the reading out the top 10. We got 32 Gilo, Mafiosa, 2818, Lapis, Martin, CT Cuber, French Greg, BibQ, Sandoris, and Soda Soaker. We have five different British drivers here in the top 10. Not even surprising, knowing how dominant they are in the season, with the French trying to do everything they can to catch up. And here we go. We got about 28 drivers in the grid. Yep, we had Allied Galaxy starting in last, wrecking right ahead of him. Glitch, Gidix, Skibitoleta, Drifty Duck, whoever's not here, Empe, JH Dash, Big Burb, Demon Addict, Bashiwashi, Ice, Kakpusek, 13 Nova, Laser Sloth, Killer Lol, Volpeki, Soda Soaker, Sandoris, BibQ, French Greg, CT Cuber, Martin, Lapis Lettuce, 28, Mafiosa, and 32 Gilo. And we're getting ready to start the race. We got a 1 minute break before anything happens. Otherwise, not much happening here. Let's Gilo, just everyone practicing. We got 9 seconds to go before the grids load up, unless they're late. Alright, there you go. Now we just need a few people to ready up here. We got final round here. 28 laps, 3 pits to go. Who will come out on top? Gilo is going to be starting in the front. He's blasting away, and 2818 seems to be getting pushed out of tandem. It's not very chaotic here at the front here. The entire race has started really smoothly. Not many bumping action going on. Lapis Lettuce gets bumped down really far behind. Lapis losing so many positions as he started from 5th place. Here we go. Gilo and Mafiosa are duking it out right now here in the very first lap. Let's see, Gilo is slightly ahead, just by a couple blocks ahead of Mafiosa. Here we go down the hairpin. Mafiosa, he misses the wall tap. Gilo misses the wall tap, and Mafiosa seems to be pulling out a tandem here against Gilo. Martin and 2A try to capitalize off it, but I don't think they'll be able to stick the move. Here we have a surprise position here. Surprise P5 for French Greg. Right ahead of BibQ, Sandoris, and Killer Lol. BibQ goes for the very first pit. He's the first man in the pit stop, so it's Lapis, which is probably a good move since he got really badly bumped in the start. Mafiosa, though, he got a way better start than Gilo as he takes the lead by 1 second. Gilo doesn't go for a wall tap once again. He doesn't fancy a wall tap. 2818 and Martinitas still racing against each other here on lap 2. See what's going on here in the back. We got a 3-way tandem between Soda Soaker, Killer Lol, Sandoris. Soda Soaker getting way better exit speed over Killer Lol and Sandoris here. Into this next sector, we got French Greg that he's just struggling to get past. We know Soda Soaker has devastating pace when he gets clean air, but at the moment he's being really held up by the French Greg. It seemed like the French Greg has slowed down a tiny bit. Killer Lol gets bumped by the French Greg, and Soda Soaker and Sandoris, the two British drivers, are still dueling it out. Let's see who goes in the pit. It's 2818. 28 wants to go to the pit and cover off BibQ, I believe. He does not want to stay behind Mafiosa and Gilo, who are still trying to fight it out. Gilo has just taken the fastest lap by half a second, with Martin still actually keeping pace against them. Gilo, oh, he doesn't go for the wall tap. He gets bumped. Martin's gonna take second place. Martin's gonna fly past. Gilo's gonna try and take the skip, but he messes up. French Greg, his teammate, is gonna fly past him. Way more exit speed. So the Soaker's gonna pass him too. He's in tandem. And I think Gilo just hangs onto that position against French Greg. He's still fighting with his teammate. And it seems like Gilo definitely has more pace. French Greg had to slow down. And they bump Sandor. So the Soaker breezes past the two of them. And that's some easy positions picked up, and Gilo messes up again. So does Soaker, passing another Frenchman. 32 Gilo is losing position after every bump. Mafiosa is just flying away with this lead, with Martin just right behind, but not close enough. I see what's happening here in the back of the pack. Not really in the back, but Demonatic is currently fighting with 2A18, who has an extra pit over him. What else is going on? We got Glitch and Empe fighting for this P13 position. Empe got a way better block stop. Let's see, Skirio Toiletta and CT Cuber. CT Cuber with an extra pit, of course. And see, Lapis Led is going for yet another pit. Lapis has 2 pits done already. He will be getting his 3rd done here on lap 4. And let's see what other fights we can see. It's Volpeki and JH Dash fighting for the last position in the top 10. Still right behind 2-8. They are we have JH with Le Poisson Steve purple edition fighting with Volpeki in the spruce boat. And Volpeki seems to have a little bit more blue ice here on the exit of this hairpin. JH Dash does scrape a bit and he gets bumped by Volpeki. And Empe is gonna breeze past JH Dash. Empe is gonna go for a wall tap actually and send it on the last hairpin. This fight is not over yet. JH Dash sends it, and Empe will try and stick the move. He can get enough exit speed. I think he will. JH is gonna have to back out of it probably. And there you go. He goes wide. He has to let him go. Soda Soaker just pitted as well, with Mopeki right next to him. Mopeki still hasn't done a pit yet. Soda Soaker is still technically way ahead of him. But right now he's still holding us. He's still holding his own, as Demonatic's holding them up. Right ahead of Demonatic is 2 British drivers, 2818 and Sandoris, being held up by the French Greg, I think. Demonatic just messed up that. Oh, I think Soda Soaker just got a bow tap on Demonatic. What the heck was that? He didn't even wall tap. He just worked his magic and overtook him. And Soda Soaker goes for a pit now. He wants to undercut 2-8. He sees the traffic ahead of him, and I think he's using the strategy to his advantage to be able to catch up to his teammate. Sandoris is also pitting as well, as he didn't want to deal with the French Greg. It seems like 2-8 has lost a bit of time here to French Greg, and he will be held up for as long as he stays behind him. See what else is going on. I think Gilo is chasing down Martin for 2nd place. Gilo has lost so much time to Mafioso, the race leader, and now is trying to pick up the pieces by catching up to Martin, trying to send a move wherever he can. CT Cuber's just gonna be right there. I think he's gonna avoid bumping into Gilo. That was really close for Gilo if he went there. Martin is not gonna take the block stop. Seems like Gilo's diving for it, and I think he sticks it. 32 Gilo has sent the block stop and is in tandem with Martin. Now we have a duel here for the first 2 podiums positions. And I think Gilo is still taking his usual line. Martin has to take the wall tap. He has a bit more clean air. It seems like Mafioso went for a pit. Mafioso pitted and is now 4 seconds behind him. So he's trying to chase him down. There might be backmarkers ahead that Mafioso has to deal with. It's Ice and Drifty Duck who are fighting each other for position, while Martin and Gilo are chasing each other down here, just playing cat and mouse here in this into lap 7. Martin is your race leader. He keeps the lead ahead of Gilo, but Gilo is still putting the pressure on him. And it seems like Gilo goes for a pit as well. Gilo goes for a pit, and Mafiosa with the clean air is definitely gonna get ahead, taking 2nd place away from Gilo at the moment. We're gonna have to see where 2-8 is relative to Gilo though. 2-8 is on the last corner. I don't think he's close enough to get past Gilo. We'll see. Gilo is on the last rung that'll slow him down. On the inside, Gilo is gonna come out right behind Killerlaw. And 2818 has in fact been slowed down enough for Gilo to be ahead of him. See what else is going on. Sandora's BibQ Laser Sloth are pitting. A lot of people going for the pit. And you go French Greg and Divanatic. French Greg is holding up Divanatic, and JH is doing his best to catch up. Empe is also doing his best to catch up, sitting at P9 right now. Being chased down by Mopeki. There's a big train going on here. There's a fight going on between Martin and Mafioso. Martin seems to have slowed down a bit there. Mafioso has caught the gap up. And now, here we go, down the last corner. Mafioso sends a block stop. It's a little bit better than Martin. And I think Martin has a little bit more exit speed. Here we go, down to the first corner. And it seems like Mafioso sends it on the inside. I don't know if Mafioso is going faster than Martin. He does. He gets a way better exit speed than him after the second corner. Here we go, down the next straight for Mafioso into this hard braking zone. Martin gets a better corner than Mafioso, and Martin retakes the lead once again, even with a pit disadvantage. So that's great. There's some great fighting here between the two of them. I think Martin's gonna go for the wall tap. So is Mafioso late on the wall tap. These two are just doing the tango this entire lap. They're gonna send it straight into lap 10 eventually. But I think Martin's gonna go for a pit now. Martin switches line, goes for a pit. He sees the danger ahead of him and does not want to deal with Giddix, it seems. Then we have Glitch in the pits as well. Mafioso might be getting held up by Giddix right now. Yeah, you can see he's changing his line at the moment. He's not. His boat doesn't seem as alive as earlier. Giddix, it's really slowing him down a lot and is doing numbers to his pace right now. Gilo just gone for another pit. He's done 3 pits. He has the fastest lap. He probably has the fastest pace. He took pole position by a lot earlier. Just didn't get the race start he needed. Now he's behind Kakpusek, Mafioso's teammate. Here we go. Kakpusek and Gilo are gonna be fighting it out. Mafioso is still gonna try and get past Giddix eventually. And I don't know where they are at the moment. I think there's Mafioso. Yeah, Mafioso did get past Giddix, but that probably influenced his pace a lot. He's still taking the lead of the race. Martin is about 10 seconds behind Mafioso. Martin goes for another pit. He goes for a second pit. Glitch TM enters as well, with French Greg following right behind them. I don't know what Glitch was doing there. He just made himself invisible after shifting multiple times. French Greg is just staying right with him, trying to get in tandem, doing whatever he can to try and get past Glitch TM. He's slowing him down. And let's see here into the first corner. Kakpusek and Martin come out at the same time. Here we go. Martin is going to take the wall tap. Kakpusek tries to block it off, but I think Martin has enough exit speed to get past him. Here we go, down the main straight. One of the main straights into this hard braking zones. Martin has been excelling in this, but Kakpusek triumphs ahead, and Martin takes it back again. These two are going at it here in lap 11, and the fight for P7 is relentless. Kakpusek goes for a late wall tap here. Martin is side by side with him into this next hairpin. They have Mopeki right in front of him. This might influence their battle. They might stay in here for longer. Wonder whether Martin is gonna try and kick Kakpusek out of tandem. Will he go for the block stop? None of them go for the block stop. They both take it normally. Soda Soaker is just chasing them right behind with an extra pit over Martin, in fact. Soda Soaker's pace has been really quick, as he did catch up to Gilo while Gilo got slowed down a lot and overtook him. And Soda Soaker will be the driver with a pit over Martin. He's first with 3 pits done, but I don't think you want to count out Mafioso and 2-8. Gilo is also in the fight here. We have multiple people trying to take the last steps on the podium here. As right now, Martin and Kakpusek are still going at it. This is the second lap in a row that they're fighting each other. Martin does have a slight advantage though. Kakpusek doing everything that he can to stay ahead of Martin's Ghost. And I think it's Kakpusek going really wide there, trying to get a better entry into turn 1, but Martin is going to try and cut him off. I think Kakpusek just barely holds on. Kakpusek is just so close to getting bumped by Martin, who has way more pace than he does. I wonder if Mopeki is slowing him down enough, but Kakpusek, I think he's going to have to release here soon. Yeah, Kakpusek is losing time now, and I think he'll be kicked out of tandem. Yep, he will get bumped, in fact. Kakpusek gets bumped. Now 32Jilo and Sodazoker will try and get past. 32Jilo is in tandem with Kakpusek, who has not done a pit yet. And now there's a big train going on here, led by 2818, who will probably start gapping them. Drifty Duck and Ice 11 are probably slowing down the big train, including Killer Law, Demonatic, JH Dash, and seeing the danger, Mopeki decides to go for a pit. So there is there's a 6-man train. Ice 11 seems to have scraped the side there as Killer Law happily overtakes them. And now going for the wall tap. Will he overtake Drifty Duck as well? What moves can we see from them? I don't think Killer Law is trying to send a move right now. Drifty Duck goes slightly wide. It seems like Ice is able to keep pace with Killer Law since they have this backmarker right ahead of him. We have two different position fights going on in this train. We got Drifty Duck and Ice 11. They're both being lapped by Killer Law and Demonatic, and Ice loses out. He gets bumped, but Drifty Duck loses out as well. He's fighting with Demonatic right now, but Ice 11 is trying to steal the position away from him. We even have JH Dash and Martin getting in the mix as well. Martin gets bumped very badly, and Soda Sucker flies past him. JH Dash also goes for a pit, and I think Giddix, no, not Giddix, Killer Law, who sits in P3 with a pit, is gonna start flying ahead of these two backmarkers who are dueling it out for P21. Ice 11 gets a better wall tap. Soda Soaker's catching up to them too. His monstrous pace is showing, and oh, Soda Soaker loses out. He gets bumped. Jilo is gonna try and get past him. Jilo cannot find the space to get around him. And there's a 3-way tandem. Kakpusek, Martin are getting in the mix as well. Martin only has 2 pits. Kakpusek with 0 pits. Soda Soaker is still trying to get past Ice 11 here. Will he send a move? You think he'll go for a late wall tab? Ice 11 gets past Drifty Duck's Ghost once again, and now they're in tandem once again for the 3rd time for the 3rd lap in a row. Let's see what Soda can pull off here. Will he go for a block stop? Yes, he will, but it's not good enough. Jilo tries to stick a move as well, but can't find a space around Soda Soaker. We go, and I think Kakpusek goes for his very first pit. We're on lap 16 with Mafiosa, and he's still putting on the pace against 2818. Though 2818 seems to be catching up slightly. I'm gonna try and find him here. There's Killer. Yeah, there's Mafiosa as well. Mafiosa has done 2 pits and is 4 seconds ahead of 28. Empit just got bumped there, so he just got bumped again by Mafiosa as he exited back into the track. Here we have 28 doing everything he can to try and take the lead of the race. Don't count out Jilo, who has gotten past Soda Soaker somehow. Maybe Soda Soaker is still dealing with these 2 backmarkers that we saw earlier. Well, he did get past them, but it seems like Jilo has capitalized from it and has retaken the position over Soda Soaker. Someone who's also getting in the mix as well is Lapis Lettuce, the guy who dropped down so many positions in the start that he had to go for his first pit, and now he's doing what he can to beat out Martin in this first sector. Seems to be doing really well though. He's keeping really good pace against him. Let's see down to the straight, the very first straight of the track, and Lapis Lettuce pushing Martin, getting block after block of improvement over him. And yes, we're gonna see down to 2 hairpins here. It seems like Lapis got bumped though. Demonatic is gonna try and pass him with only 1 pit though. He won't be net ahead of Lapis. But two two main faces we can pay attention to right now is Gilo and Sodasoker both catching up to Iced, a back marker in P21. Sodasoker did mess up the block stop though. Martin's just right behind him, but Gilo might lose a bit more time. They cannot pit since they've done all
Talking
three of
about
their
this.
pits already.
Alright, whatever.
See, like your laser, just mumbling in the background there. I think Gilo's gonna try and send a move here on Ice 11. Dive bomb down the inside. Gilo sticks it. Will he stay in tandem with Ice 11? I think he will. That's a crazy move from our Frenchman here. One of our championship contenders. I think he's leading the championship. Gilo is sending the wall tap here against Ice 11, showing the immense skill gap they have. Sodasoker's gonna try and send it down the inside himself. Ice 11 covers it off. And I don't think Sodasoker's gonna take it away from Gilo now.
I hit it.
Now 2-8 goes for his very last pit. Where is he gonna come out of? Will he be ahead of Gilo or behind? These guys have been influenced so much that I think 2-8 is gonna be far ahead of 32 Gilo. And that just means Mafiosa, who is miles away from 2818, will be taking the win of this race. But there's still about 10 laps to go. Anything can happen. Mafiosa still has yet to meet his own back markers. And, well, I mean, he just did earlier, but he got past them. It seems like Mafiosa has clean air. He just needs to stick a really good pace here for the next few laps. But as I say that, that's probably commentator's curse as he scrapes the side of the second last corner. So 2818 is just ever so slightly trying to catch up to Mafiosa, stealing the race win away from the Polish driver. And not much tandem fighting is going on, except here. We got Lapis Lettuce and Mopeki. Some big action going on here in the last position for the top 10. Mopeki probably got bumped by JH Dash, and now he's gonna go for a pit. He doesn't want to stay in this train. JH Dash goes for a block stop, and he messes Lapis up so much. BibQ is gonna try and get the overtake on Lapis Lettuce now. Here we go. They're both on the same pit count as well. They're going side by side into turn 1. Lapis a slight exit here as he re-enters into turn 2. BibQ and Lapis fighting for P8. That's JH Dash push Lapis off the track. And I think BibQ scrapes a bit. Lapis Lettuce is going to be sending it on BibQ. He might try and push him out of tandem, but I think BibQ's just still holding his line very well against the American driver. Some fierce action going on, and ahead of them, there's still some more action with Killerlaw. Sodasoker had to slow down for some reason. I don't know what happened there, but Killerlaw seems to be affected by it. Demon caught up a bit, though he's still a pit below Killerlaw. And I don't think Sodasoker is going to be able to get a podium unless he passes Gilo, who is overtaking Giddix at the moment. And he might be leaving it for Sodasoker. Someone who did go for a pit though is JH Dash, doing his very final pit. Oh no, not a very final pit. That's only his second pit, and coming out with Mopeki, I believe. But right now, we are focusing on Demonatic and Kirilo. As we go down the second sector, the last part of the second sector, we got a train going on. Sodasoker trying to get past Giddix. The backmarker Gilo overtook. Here we go. There's a move for Sodasoker. Will he stick? Will he stick on the backmarker? No, he releases. Sodasoker releases for the backmarker. Maybe he might try to get the overtake here in the block stop. He sends it on the blue eyes. He sends it on the block stop, and he gets the overtake as Giddix goes wide. Sodasoker is chasing down Gilo now with 3 seconds, a 3-second gap to catch up. And it seems like Demonatic and Killer are still going at it. Let's see what other battles we can watch between BibQ and Ice as driver and a back marker. We have Laser and Drifty Duck fighting for P21 as well. Behind him, oh, Drifty Duck gets bumped. Bashi Washi breezes past him. Mopeki's gonna get really close to Bashi Washi. I think he's chasing him down right now. This is the fight for position for P10, the last position of the top 10. Maybe Mopeki could try and fit a move in right on Bashi Washi here in this very tricky section. He does take a bit of pack ties though. It's a little too much of a slowdown to try and maybe catch up. Mopeki, it's gonna go for the double wall tap. Washi doesn't, and it seems like Mopeki did catch up a tiny bit, just not much. Something I did miss though is it's a change in the fight between 30 Jilo and Sodazoker. Yeah, Sodazoker is in front of Jilo. Jilo probably got bumped by a backmarker, and now it's just the two of them roaming free, trying to outpace each other at all times. And now we have Mafiosa going for his final pit. Is 2818 close enough to close the gap and take the lead of the race away from Mafiosa? We've seen 2818. He's had a really good pit strategy, but he gets bumped. He gets bumped into the entry of the last corner. And Mafiosa, on the last slowdown here, is going to come out of the pits. 2818 is not even close, as he had to meet Skibidi Toiletta in lap 22. Here we go. Glitch TM is ghosted for being AFK on track. And this is really good news for Mafiosa. Even if he's only 3 seconds ahead of 28, 28 is being severely blocked by Skibidi Toiletta, and he cannot go for a pit. So, and something else to mention is Martin is fighting with Demonatic. Where are they right now? Just there's Lapis, there's Bip, there's Martin should be right here. Yep, there we go. We have a three-way tandem going on here between Killer Lobe, Demonatic, Martin. Though Demonatic still has to do another pit, this is some really close fighting from the three of them. I don't know who's gonna come out on top. We got the tricky hairpins going in, and Killer Lobe misses the wall tap. Demonatic is losing out a bit of pace against Martin. Martin gets a micro block stop. He pushes Demonatic out maybe. Here we go into the second last corner. Demonatic will not be able to stake the tandem against Martin unless he goes for the block stop, and I don't think he will. Martin getting past the two of them just out of pure pace. Let's see, Martin also catching up to British driver BibQ in P6. Martin didn't really have the best pitch strategy, but he did have one of the fastest pace. He did qualify P4, and has proven now that he can outpace BibQ right now. 2.3 seconds split the two of them. That might update really soon. Yep, just by a tenth, Martin catches up slightly as we have about 3 laps to go. Lapis Lettuce is leading the train with BibQ right behind him, Martin. And I think we have a secured podium right now, unless Gilo will try and send a move on Soda Soaker eventually later on in the race. We have 3 laps to go. Mafiosa is flying past everyone. Actually, 2818 is trying to hound him down here in these last 3 laps. Mafiosa and 2818, we're going to have to see a last lap fight. We might see them catch the French Greg though. French Greg, who qualified P5 I believe, is now about to be lapped by Mafiosa here in this. I don't think there's enough laps to be covered so that 28 can try and catch up to him. However, another fight we have to mention though is the one between Sodazoker and Gilo. They both go for the block stop. Gilo gets a way better block stop. What the heck is going on? We got a tandem battle probably, and Gilo trying to send a move around Sodazoker. I think he's in tandem. These two Titans. What the heck did Laser just say? Oh, never mind. Laser tried setting the flap, but then now Sodazoker is just.
I saw that you want boat champ.
And I think he's offering.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't really work out. The bow tap didn't really work out as Gilo now gets in tandem with him, and here we got a fight for the last podium position. But then Gilo still doesn't take the move. Sodazoker with his immense pace. I think Gilo messes up. He messes up the wall tap, and now Sodazoker, with just another lap to do, will stay ahead of Gilo for this podium. And now Mafiosa, just slightly catching up to French Greg, will be trying to pull away from 2818. All he has to do is not mess up this lap. He's doing his his victory lap as 28 is trying to push all he can. But I think he's catching up to French Greg. All he has to do is make sure he doesn't get bumped. But he's getting super close right now. Mafioso has to take really weird lines. 2818 still pushing on. 2.4 seconds. Here on the last lap, we're already halfway through into these hairpins. Mafioso getting so close, but so close to French Greg. He might get bumped. Mafioso plays it safe. He doesn't go for any move. We only have 2 corners to go here for Mafioso and 2818. French Greg still holding him up. I think Mafioso is gonna take the win. What is 28 doing? 28 is going to the pits. He might be trying to go for some insane strat to cross the finish line before Mafioso, but it's too late. Mafioso crosses the finish line. 28's gamble didn't work out, but it was very, very close. So there we go. That's your top 2. And Soda Soaker goes for a pit as well. What is going on? Soda Soaker went for a pit. Chilo takes 3rd place away. The pit wasn't worth it. The 2 British drivers tried getting an extra position off the pit lane at the very end. And then a great recovery drive from Lapis as he eventually overtook BibQ. Martin finishing in P7. And P8 goes for Killer. Bashiwashi in 9th place. And Mopeki completes our top 10 with Demonite following right behind. We got the Unova, Sandors, JH Dash, and Kakpusek finishing in a straight line right now. And yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna be ending the stream. I guess thanks for anyone who stuck around to watch it. And I might see you if I might see you again if I need to stream again. Alright, that's the outro. See ya.